From who?
That Gary, he let me down.
Oh,
IPI
yeah.
let me down this week.
Yeah, he said that when they waxed the beer, well, something probably happened. Okay, we're filming. Okay, this is day 13 of the bee study, and it's 7:50 p.m. on Friday, July 30th, 2015. I filled them up twice today. All right. The squirter's in on the washing machine or the dryer. The squirt bottle. I filled it up. Yeah, so tomorrow will be 2 weeks we started the bee study, and they're doing really, really well from what we can tell. And I want to feed them for at least a month before I break into the hive and take honey samples out for analysis at the National Food Testing Lab. So we're going to feed them, and they appear to be doing really well. I mean, they're definitely eating up the bee food. So I think this bee food formula will work for them. This particular material that we've encapsulated, excuse me, the erythritol, it is extracted from the stevia plant, and that is it's from the same. It's cannabis sativa, not L, but cannabis sativa bertoni. Isn't that right, Joy? Cannabis sativa bertoni. Okay, yes, bertoni is the variety. So the stevia is a natural plant sweetener. It's not an artificial sweetener. It is a natural plant sweetener. And it is, according to all the data, about 300 times more sweet than cane sugar. But the nice thing about stevia is that it has no side effects whatsoever on the human body. In other words, if you eat cane sugar, you get a spike in your insulin levels. You get excited, raises your blood pressure. Stevia and erythritol, even though it's 300 times sweeter than sugar, has no such effect on the human being. So this is a viable substitute for sugar. And that's what we're trying to accomplish here, and what we did accomplish with the melatonin in Malaysia. We were able to actually change the glycemic index to remove a significant portion of the fructose. See, the fruit sugar is we call that the bad sugar. The fructose sugar, that's the stuff that sticks to your arteries. You don't want that. You don't want stuff to stick to your arteries. You you get the big plug job. You get atherosclerosis. So, what we're doing with this material is we are altering the glycemic index of the honey being produced by these mellifera so that it doesn't have as much of the bad sugar in it. Now, we're not going to be able to have them remove all the sugar because, excuse me, they are still free ranging and still foraging. Now, if we were to, let me borrow this term from the White House, sequester these bees in a sealed building where they couldn't get out, and all we fed them, I mean, if we started with brand new colonies, brand new queens, brand new everything in a sealed facility, yes indeed, these bees would only produce honey with erythritol in it, and that's it. There wouldn't be any natural fruit sugars. Of course, you know, they need pollen too, so how we could feed them pollen is we would encapsulate the erythritol in a solution that contains natural honey. All natural honey will have a certain percentage of pollen in it. It's just the way it is, and that's the way that the Department of Agriculture actually checks to see the stuff coming in from China. If it doesn't have a certain amount of pollen in it, bee pollen and plant pollen, well then obviously it's just what do they call it stuff? Karo syrup. It's corn. It's corn syrup,
Yeah.
colored corn syrup. So you have to be careful when you go into the big chain stores and you see this honey that's dirt cheap made in China. But it's not honey at all. It's flavored corn syrup. So you got to be real careful about that stuff. You want to make sure you buy natural raw honey. You buy natural raw honey. Like made in from the state of California, or the state of North Carolina, state of Texas. That's just to name three of the larger honey producing states. But you buy honey here in North Carolina, you better believe it's going to be sourwood, some kind of really high quality raw honey. The people here in North Carolina take beekeeping pretty seriously.
Look at these. They're getting something from the edge, the upper ledge. You see that?
Yeah,
Looks
they
like a
might be.
worker.
Well, they might be sealing it up too. It'd be nice to have a borescope put in there with a little light. Do you want to sit?
No.
We're just about done. I just wanted to get a little bit of footage on here and put that in the archive. Photos. Sorry. Sorry.
Too
I
bad you didn't capture that one on film.
It's still on.